What do you forget? What do you forget? Do you ever forget things? Because sometimes in life we forget things that are very important, and then other people need to tell us so that we can live a better life. We need correction from teachers and parents and other people and friends and family. And that's what I want to talk to you about. That's what I want to talk to you about. I want to tell you a little story about me and a girl named Kathy. This is Kathy. She's a Vietnamese girl. I met her online in 2012. Online on tagged.com and couchsurfing.org. This is me, Joey Arnold, OriginalOatmeal. That is my name. And I want to tell you a little bit about this story, and I've made videos in the past. I even made an hour-long video about this, and hopefully this video won't be that long. It'll just be a little shorter than that, like maybe 45 minutes or shorter than that. But there's a lot of things I want to say, and I feel like it's very important. People think I'm really angry, but I'm not exactly angry. I'm just interested in justice, and I want people to understand these stories, because it's not just about this story, it's also about the stories of all of our lives, because bad things happen and we want to be able to correct things when bad things happen. This story is about how a Vietnamese girl stole the bike of an American. I'm an American, so this story is basically about her. Kathy stole this guy's bike. Kathy stole Joey's bike. Kathy stole Joey's bike. So that's what the story is about. So I made videos in the past about it, but there's a lot of things that you may not understand, and there's a lot of things that Kathy may not understand. So it's very important that we understand, because it's a very important story that we can all learn from. Now, you may wonder who Kathy is. This is Kathy's Facebook. That's her name, Tao Dong. So this is her address. This is her Facebook URL. Kathy, it's Kathy's Facebook is facebook.com/Kathy Tao Dong. And you can see a little bit more information about her. That's her profile picture. That's her banner. This is her Facebook. She's been writing about me a little on here. I've been reading a little bit about it. Here she's talking about Vietnam in 1859, but then sometimes she talks about me, and she references me as just like Jay. I kind of don't like it if she's talking about me, but some of the stuff that she says is not exactly true, and it's really interesting. But I just want to show you a little bit of this. This is her Facebook, and then this is her other Facebook, right here. That's her other Facebook. She was born in 1984. She was born in Vietnam, I think, because she's a Vietnamese girl. This is her name. Kathy's name. This is her name. Sorry, it takes a little bit of time for you to see it, because it's a little bit of blur, little blurry sometimes. My camcorder's not the best, but I try, and that's all we can do in life. So that's her Facebook. And this is her other Facebook, Kathy Tao Dung and Phung Tao 1984. And I email her sometimes, so this is her email. And I got some more messages to read, 4 new messages to read. My email is originaloatmeal@gmail.com. Can you see that? A little blurry, but that's her email, katiefung@gmail.com. So, I want to tell you about the story, and I want to ask you for help. Can you please contact her and translate this video to her, because there's a lot of things that she doesn't really understand. I talk to her a lot, but it seems like she's not really understanding what happened. She owes me money, and she thinks she does not. And I want to tell you a little bit about that, because I think it's very important, even if you think it's not. So, here is the video. Here's back to the main story. Why do you forget? Because that's what we do as humans. We forget things, and when we forget things, we should get correction and discipline. So I'm Original Oatmeal. Joey Arnold. My name is Joey Arnold. Don Tentela Joey Arnold. This is my bowl. And this video is about the top 10 things Kathy forgets. And now it's to the question of who's Kathy? That is Kathy. Who is Kathy? That is Kathy. That is me. She stole my bike. Kathy stole Joey's bike. So, I'm not exactly angry or mad. I'm just trying to tell the story, and I want people to understand the story. So, what do you do when people lie to you? Kathy stole my bike around 200 USD dollars, 4 million V&D. Here's a photo of me and Kathy. A photo. That's right, a photo. Me and Kathy. Has anybody ever stolen from you? Has anybody ever lied to you? How do you feel when people do you wrong? I want to tell you about Kathy. Her email is ktfung@gmail.com. Can you email her, please? Can you contact her? Ask her about this. Kathy's contact information. Here is her contact information. That's her name. This is where she was living. Somewhere down there. But here's hold on before I get to that. This is her email. This is her number. That's her Facebook. This is where she was living in 2013 when I met her in person. I want to tell you about the story, and I told you a little bit about this in the last video, but I have some other things to tell you too, so for the record, I'm not mad. My mother tells me to forget about the past, and I really do, but that's besides the point. This is not just about me. This is about standing up for what's right. It's about justice. You can read about these stories here, joeyomnia.blogspot.com, and my other one too, and you can specifically read this story here. That's where we are right now. You can add me on Facebook. Actually, I have some problems on my Facebook at the moment. You can watch my videos. YouTube.com/OriginalOatmeal. My homepage, miaomnia.0. miaomnia/O. My email, originaloatmeal@gmail.com. My Viettel cell phone was actually, I kind of lost it at the moment. My Skype. Google my name to find me all over the internet. Find me. My Twitter. List goes on. My address at the moment. I live in District 1 and I teach English, and I've been in Vietnam since 2012, and I try to help people since I was 8 years old back in 1993. I've been wanting to help people since 1993 when I was 8. Around Mars, Kathy stole my bike. Kathy sold my bike to her friends, 2 little girls, and that's not good. Kathy told my mom that she gave me the money, but she didn't. Kathy did not give me the money. Kathy says that I owe her money. I do not owe her money. Kathy was helping me for free. Kathy bought me food. I was homeless. I had no job. Kathy let me sleep at her house. Kathy had a guest room in her house. Kathy drove me places on her bike for free. That was her idea. That's what she wanted to do. Kathy says that I was her boyfriend, but I was not her boyfriend. I was just her friend. She called everybody her boyfriend. That was bad English. I tried correcting her English, and she wouldn't really want her. She wouldn't want to help, and Kathy would call every male friend her boyfriend. I feel sad. Kathy stole my bike. Kathy stole money from me. Kathy lies about it, and she does not seem to understand. Kathy's not being honest. Kathy's name is Dung Fung Tao. That's her phone number, her mother's phone number, her address at the time, or she might be moving, I'm not sure, or she may have already moved, and Kathy's a Vietnamese girl. She's about 29, almost 30 years old. I met her at tag.com, couchsurfing.org. Met her in real life, 4 p.m. at a friend's house in the Thanh Binh district when I first came to Saigon, because at first I was in the north, like in Hanoi and Hoa Binh and other places like Bac Ninh. Kathy volunteered to help me, and she took me places like Lateria for ice cream, and it was good and it was nice, but I did not force her to help me. Kathy's free to do whatever she wants to do. I did not hold a gun to her head and make her do things. I did not borrow money from her. Kathy gave me things for free. Free means free. Kathy said that she didn't. She wanted to help me out, so there was no trade here. Just, Kathy wanted to help me a little, and so she helped me a little. And in the month of March 2013, she helped me, and that was good. And I'm not, angry. I'm happy that people help me, and sometimes people help me, and that's good. After I bought a bike, Kathy sold that bike. Kathy did not give me the money for the bike. I told Kathy not to take my bike, but she did, and she took the money, and she took my bike, and she never gave it back. I am almost 29 years old. My birthday is coming up. My name is Joey Arnold. That's my name, Joey Arnold. My name is Joey Arnold. You can call me Original Oatmeal. I was born 6 a.m. Monday, the 11th of February, 1985. 1985 is the year of the buffalo. My sign is Aquarius. Aquarius people are crazy people, but I try to be honest. Anyways, I've wanted to help others since I was 8 years old. Back in the year 1993, I was homeschooled via my mother and the Lord. Praise the Lord. I went to the high school. I was born and raised in Forest Grove, Oregon, of the United States of America, USA. Raised in the ghetto of Rose Grove Mobile Home Park, trailer park, manufactured homes, sometimes double wides, but I also ran into a lot of problems in my life, and I was partly deaf and had a lot of different problems like Tracer-Collins syndrome and dyslexia and all these different things that held me back. My mother almost died when she giving birth to me, or before I was born, and the doctors thought I'd never pass the 6th grade, and they thought I was retarded and totally crazy, mentally handicapped, and siblings thought I was an alien, or maybe they didn't, but I didn't quit, and even though I kind of thought I was an alien for a little bit, but I have been making movies. I've been making videos since 1995 when I was 10 years old. I've been really interested in all this kind of stuff, like movies and writing and art, and I'm a musician and a writer and artist and filmmaker and teacher and consultant, athlete, basketball player, comedian, guitarist, pianist, cartoonist, oatmeal eater, ice cream eater, carpenter, consultant, designer, debater, video game designer, player, businessman, philosopher, inventor, illustrator, dancer, editor, idea man, so much more. A girl asked me to come to Vietnam in 2012 so that I could teach English with her, and I came, and I arrived in Vietnam for the first time the noon Thursday, the 29th of November 2012. School promised me work, but then when I came there, I taught English at a New Star School in Bac Ninh for 5 days in Vietnam near Hanoi, but then they already hired a second teacher, another Filipino girl, and so then I got this email Tuesday in December on the 4th, 2012. I woke up to this email from the director. He used the Google Translate to say that I'm bad at English and that I don't know how to teach, that I'm just a tutor and not really a real teacher. And I said, how do you know that? How do you know you're not, you have to use a Google Translate, so how do you know if you don't know English yourself? Then I was stuck in Vietnam, but I wasn't able to, I couldn't go back to America because I didn't have enough money, but a restaurant helped me. There was a restaurant named Papa Foods, and they helped me, and I was teaching English for some people for free, and I was without work for the first 4 months or so in Vietnam. It was really hard. Then I had a little bit of work for about a month or maybe 2 or 3, and then I didn't have work for another 4 months, and so I didn't have work for 8 different months. Now I've been in Vietnam now since 2012, and for 8 of those months, I had no money, no work, and I barely survived. So I did not have enough money to return back to the USA, and I didn't really want to go back to the USA. And since I wanted to travel the world since I was 8, for the past 20 years I wanted to travel the world. So if I go back now, I'd be turning my whole life back down the drain, and that wouldn't be really good. In January 2013, I taught English in Hanoi, later in Hoa Binh, then in the Tan Hao province of somebody's hometown, and 6 p.m. Sunday or so, on the 10th of February 2013, I arrived in the Saigon airport via an airplane, and I stayed at Honey's house, and a Vietnamese girl, that's her Facebook name, Ace NY, or something like that. And later I was living at Kathy's house. They have a guest room. Kathy forced me to buy a bike, and I didn't really want to buy a bike, and Kathy stole my bike, and Kathy stole my Kathy stole my bike. Kathy lies. Kathy forced me to buy the bike. I did not want to buy a bike. I told Kathy I did not want the bike. Kathy said that I had to buy a bike. Kathy said that I had to sell the bike. I did not want to sell the bike. I told Kathy not to take my bike. I told Kathy that I do not want the bike. I told Kathy not to steal my bike. Kathy stole my bike. Kathy stole my money. Kathy stole my heart. Kathy stole my integrity. Kathy robbed my reputation. Kathy told my mom that Kathy gave me my money back, but she didn't. Kathy lies. Kathy did not give me back the money or the bike. And just, I don't know. I just want to show you all this for a second. Kathy did not give me back the money for the bike. Kathy lies to herself. Kathy lies to her brain. Kathy did not have to buy me food. She did not have to do these things. Kathy did not have to drive me to places. Kathy didn't have to help. Kathy helped me for free, but she didn't really have to. It's up to her. It's her life and it's her choices. Kathy stole my bike, and I did not ask for help, and she didn't really ask for help in return either. So I wasn't really obligated to help her, and she wasn't obligated to help me, kind of thing. And Kathy took my bike. I did not want a bike, and I also want compensation for the bike, but I never got the compensation. Kathy did not compensate for the bike she stole from me. Kathy lies about this. Kathy continues to lie to me, herself, and others about this. I want people to know about this story. Don't let people steal. Don't let people lie. And that is the end of that script. But now here's the beginning of this. That only took about 15 minutes to read. Just reading as fast as I can. This one has Vietnamese in it. So if you got this far, you probably don't need Vietnamese. But I like to add Vietnamese just in case you're a Vietnamese person. And even though this is just from Google Translate, and some of the Vietnamese might be bad, but it's better than nothing, so stop complaining. And I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to tell a story. This is my bowl. Top 10 things Kathy forgets. Right now, I'm telling you the story right now. This is the date. Can you help me? Please talk to Kathy. Oh. Whoa. Explain these 10 things to Kathy. Please, explain these 10 things to Kathy. Please translate this video to Kathy. Because I'm still trying to contact her, and I email her, and I'm trying to tell her these things, but she's misunderstanding what I'm trying to tell you. So here's a list, and this video is about the 10 things that Kathy forgets. The number 10 thing that she forgets, Kathy forgets. Number 10, communication. Communication is fundamental. Kathy stole my bike. There was a lack of communication, which leads to misunderstanding. I told Kathy not to steal my bike. Kathy kidnapped my bike. Kathy abducted my bike. Kathy sold my bike. Number 9, Kathy forgets compensation. I did not get compensation for the bike. Compensation is crucial. Charity. Number 8, Kathy forgets. Number 8, charity is free. Charity is free. Number 7, free. Number 7, free. Kathy forgets that free means free. The definition of free is F-R-E-E, free. Free means free. Free is free. Free does not mean trade, borrow, or rent. No such thing as free. Nothing in the world is free. But air is free. A lot of things in the world is free. Free doesn't mean rent. Free doesn't mean borrow. Free doesn't mean loan. Free doesn't mean trade. Free means gift. Free means present. Free is good sometimes. Kathy didn't ask for help either. Because sometimes Kathy emails me and she says, well, you should have helped me. And I said, well, you did not ask for help. Do you know what I'm saying? Number 6. Kathy forgets justice is important. Compensation is important. When somebody does something bad, they need to be punished. Kathy stole. Stealing is bad. Kathy needs to pay. She needs to be punished. Justice is more important than money. That's number 6. Justice is more important than money. Number 5. Balance. Kathy forgets, number 5, that balance is important. Seek balance. When you take, try to compensate. If you take my car, give me money. That is balance. That is the trade. That is very important. Kathy did not do that. Kathy did not seek balance. Kathy stole my bike. Kathy stole my money. Kathy didn't compensate. Charity doesn't justify robbery. Charity doesn't justify robbery. I didn't get compensation. Number 4. I didn't get compensation. Kathy forgets, number 4, that I didn't get compensation. Number 3. Kathy forgets that I didn't want a bike. I didn't want an electric bike that had problems with a lot of different things, even though it cost so much money, like almost 4 million VND, like almost $200, around that much. And it still had lots of problems with like the motor didn't last that long, and you have to charge it all the time. And sometimes, what if you don't have a plug-in and you can't charge it and you can't power the thing, and then it runs out of power, and then it goes kind of slow when it has no power, it has no battery, and you try to pedal it. It's not like a mountain bike, it's kind of slow. And so didn't really want that kind of bike. I wanted like a mountain bike. So I didn't really get the kind of bike I wanted. And number 2, Kathy forgets I didn't want to sell my bike. Unless if it was for a good price, but she wanted to sell it for like half off. Like for half off, literally. Like, I don't want to sell my bike for half off. I want to sell it for the same price that I bought it for. She kind of makes me buy a bike and sell the bike, but I didn't really want to sell my bike. And then one day it was missing. My bike cost around 200 USD. That is around 4 million VND. Kathy tried tricking me. Well, she tricked me. She really did trick me into buying a bike, and it was too bad. Kathy lies to me. Kathy stole my bike. Kathy sold my bike. Kathy got money for my bike. Kathy got money for my bike. Kathy didn't give me my money back. She tells people that she did, but she didn't. I didn't actually get the money back directly into my hands. Kathy robbed my bike. And number 1. Dun 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 dun. Number 1. I'm Oatmeal, Joey Arnold. This is my bowl. We're talking about that girl you saw earlier in the picture. And number 1, what she forgets. Kathy misreads. So if she forgets to read, she forgets to properly understand things. So this is the number 1 thing that Kathy forgets. Remember her Vietnamese name, and please contact her and contact her as much as you can, and tell other people to contact her and try to translate this to her, because she's not understanding. Hopefully you understand enough English to understand what I'm saying, so you can translate. Number one, Kathy misreads. Kathy misinterprets the story. Kathy misunderstands the details. There's more to be said. I want to say so much more. The story is to be continued. Stay tuned to find out more. And that is the end of my video for now. There was 10 points that I made, things that Kathy is overlooking, it seems, unless if she's totally lying and she does understand, but it seems like she's misunderstanding a lot of details. And this video is not just about her, it's also for all the different times in our lives when this kind of things happen, because misunderstandings happens all the time, and we can't just avoid conflict. We have to learn how to deal with them, and that's the point of these stories. And I want us all to get better. I gotta get better at it. I'm not perfect, even though people think that I think I'm perfect, but I'm not, and I know that I'm not. We all always have to get better, and the choices that we make and how we deal with things. Communication is very important. Retribution is very important. Compensation is very important. We gotta seek to have some kind of balance, some kind of yin and yang in our lives. It's very important. And so